What is going on, y'all? My name is Ceeds, and with me today, I have the Pam Sessions. Pam is an extremely talented artist, producer, DJ, tastemaker, dominating downtown warehouses, clubs like Academy, Sound, and Catch One, and making her Hard Summer debut in 2022. You can find her upcoming EP, It Will Be Alright, released on Wyldcard Records on March 17th. Pam, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for that awesome intro.
Yes, of course. So I wanted to go through, learn a little bit about you, and just like get a general sense of Pam Sessions. So where did your love of music come from?
Oh, well, I mean, I grew up definitely with a musical background, so to speak. I was learning piano since I was 5. Was in the school band in middle school and whatnot. So definitely had the musical foundation since childhood. But I think it kind of really cemented itself in around like when I was 12, 13, when got on the internet unrestricted, you know what I mean? And could actually like dive in and explore and rip things off of LimeWire and go on Tumblr and you know what I mean? Just go on the internet and enjoy the wild, wild web. So that was kind of when definitely.
So what was like one of the first pieces of music that like you downloaded on LimeWire? Hypothetically downloaded on LimeWire.
Yeah, hypothetically. I don't want anyone coming for me. It was over 10 years ago now, I guess. So there's got to be a statute of limitations on that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
I don't know, probably some good old Skrillex, something in that lane for sure. I think that was probably the first electronic music that I got into was definitely in like the dubstep lane.
Did you ever have like an inkling to move towards dubstep, or how did the evolution find yourself from Skrillex to house music?
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever really was intrigued enough to want to produce dubstep. I was a huge dubstep fan though, back when I was in high school. But I don't think I actually really kind of thought about producing until I got to college. It was kind of something that was always in the back of my mind about wanting to be like an artist, wanting to be a creative, but I was always just kind of shy, honestly. I was kind of a shy person growing up, so I never really, and I also didn't really know where to begin. Like it's a very daunting thing and I just never really got into it, but I don't know. College was kind of when I started wanting to do that more. So I just did. I started learning how to DJ at least. But as for house music, I think that was after high school kind of thing. That was like the natural progression. You know what I mean? I feel for like a lot of people is starting in like dubstep and then kind of learning more about the genres within electronic music. So that was definitely the same for me as well.
So did you start as like a house DJ, or were you like an open format DJ initially? Like what was your evolution as a DJ?
It was definitely house. It's always been house. Just cause I don't know, ever since like I discovered or like heard house music for the first time, I knew it was different. I was like, this genre is different. I loved it so much. And I really liked nightlife and nightlife culture, and I did a lot of traveling, and a lot of the music they would play is house music, and so by extension I started loving the music kind of thing. So it was kind of like something like that. So house music definitely wasn't as big when I was in college yet. I feel like right now it's having a moment, definitely. So I would like my very first set was mostly house, definitely a lot of like the Housela. That album played a lot of songs off that, so it was definitely more suited for, a college-y party at the time. And then I definitely dropped some RL Grime too. So there was some elements outside of house for sure, because I, understood that the crowd wanted other things, not just straight house.
What was your first time DJing like?
Yeah, my first set for a crowd, because I was on the radio, like the college radio too.
Okay,
so
nice.
Not always mixing. It was just, a lot of it was just curating, I guess. But then there was some mixing involved. But the first time I performed for an actual crowd was not until my senior year. And it was at a apartment party, my friend's apartment party. and I was so nervous, like adrenaline, just heart racing like crazy. Tried to drink beers, tried to take shots to calm my nerves, but my adrenaline was just pumping so fast that it was just, I was stone cold sober. I could not get drunk. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. So, I was actually in the kitchen, standing on top of the island kind of thing, or like the counter.
God. Yeah.
They had it like a beer box kind of thing with the DJ controller on top. I had my laptop as well. There was no CDJs. It was a controller setup. And everyone was dancing in the living room, kitchen. And there was a lot of people. It was packed. It was definitely packed. I would say it was a small apartment, but there was definitely at least 50 people there. It was definitely packed. So it was really awesome though. And
it was
definitely, yeah, it was a good memory for sure.
That's so awesome. Would you say it was in college where you were like, okay, I'm going to go from a fan of the music to like, now I'm actively pursuing this?
Definitely. Yeah, I think ever since I was in the college radio, I think there is a level of artistry involved with curation and selection. So, and in fact, I think that's like a pretty important part of DJing. I would argue it's probably, the most important is the song selection. So college, like radio DJ was the introduction into that and kind of planning sets and, the flow of the songs. And, obviously there was a set list and kind of a flow between them, starting out slower, faster, kind of bring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that definitely was my introduction into the artistry, I think. And then it kind of just naturally progressed into, then DJing for crowds. And then, sorry, that's my dog. She just had dinner. She's excited. Queenie, stop. But yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
In the early days of like your artistry, how did like being in Los Angeles, how did that shape kind of your, I guess, path as an artist? Like what kind of, where were you being exposed, and like what kind of events did you attend?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got to college, I went to college in LA. I went to UCLA. The first show I ever went to was a Subtract show, actually, at the Belasco.
Oh my God.
And that was a great memory as well. It was, the first time I ever saw like lasers. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And probably it was also the first rave that I went to or Insomniac rave. I know there's a lot of discourse about rave, but I went to Escape for the first time that fall as well. And then I was friends with a lot of seniors actually when I was a freshman. So they took me to tons of underground raves, a lot of Lights Down Low and stuff like that when I was still in college, and kind of got introduced to the underground scene as well and really fell in love with that too. Saw some pretty amazing shows, like intimate shows like Jamie XX, really could definitely amazing memories. Honestly, so many that sometimes I can't even separate them in my mind because I went to so many, and Ubers were so cheap back then. It was amazing, could go there for $7. It was awesome. It was the best. That's
super rad. Oh my God, that's super cool. So I want to ask you now about like your EP. It Will Be Alright is your first EP. What does this landmark mean for you as an artist?
It's definitely exciting, and it feels like a step in the direction of being an artist full time, I guess, because I've always had other things that I've been working on. Every time I have, I just came obviously from working at Catch One full time, and while that was great, it was really hard to balance, a DJ like music production career as well, just because it's so engulfing. It's literally every single day, like Monday through Friday, you're in the office, and then the weekends are the shows. So it literally doesn't stop. So it's nice to now have that space to be able to pour my energy into creating this music. And I think that's exactly what this EP is like really special, because I finished the songs like right before Hard Summer. because I knew there was a time crunch kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I was rushing to finish them and get them mastered and everything. So, and I did. So I don't know. It's like it's a really cool moment, I feel like, for me. Cause yeah, now, you know, I've left Catch. I'm doing this full time when the songs were created, you know, right before, and I played them at Hard Summer, which was a really cool experience as well.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was just like really full circle feeling or something. It was cool.
So how was this EP conceptualized? Was it something that kind of just came together? Did you create both of these songs to be like, to synergistically like work with each other? Or was it just kind of like, oh, these are like, they work together?
I think it was more so they just worked together, because I had a lot of songs that I was working on. Obviously, like every artist does, you know,
Yeah.
You have hundreds and hundreds of unfinished files. And when Hard Summer was coming up, I was like, okay, I gotta finish some songs. I need some songs to play that are mine. So what are they gonna be? And, you know, I was just thinking about what kind of direction, like set wise, do I want to do at Hard Summer? And then that kind of played into what kind of songs I should finish. So, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
those are the songs I finished. I was like, I want to play these. I'm finishing these. And I feel like they're really complementary because they're both kind of like trippy, hypnotic kind of vibe, which was what I was going for. So
where did you want to like specifically take listeners of these songs? Like when you created these songs, were you like, I want the listeners to be in like the desert or something along those lines? Like, did you have that sort of thought?
Definitely, because Hard Summer was outside, or I played outside. So definitely outdoor, like nature, was a key kind of element to it. I feel like I could see people playing this, yeah, definitely in the desert, or I don't know, at a beach party or something. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely the vibe I was going for. But yeah, I also just think it's just kind of trippy or whatever. So, you know, in any kind of, I feel like it's a good EP for a festival, an outdoor festival, because it kind of, I don't know. I also love Desert Hearts. Like I could see, you know, those songs being played there. Like that festival is like my favorite one. You know what I mean? So definitely that vibe.
Did you have like an intention for the listener? Like when you created this, did you want the listener to be like, have a sort of feeling internalized, or like, were there any like sort of like emotions you wanted to capture with these songs?
I just wanted it to be something that maybe was like slightly unexpected, I guess. You know, not following the traditional like tech house format. You know, in Acid, obviously that one's a bit more formulaic, but I added like, there's that cool kind of breakdown in the middle with the bass, which I really like. I feel like the songs themselves are kind of like journeys, like they're a journey in themselves.
Is there a dream location that you would want to play these songs in?
I mean, honestly, I feel like there's so many answers to that, but I would love to play at like Space Miami.
Okay,
I think that would be probably at the top of the list. It's just the vibe, you know, just amazing. So I definitely would probably pick Space Miami.
Would you say that Space Miami is like a dream venue you would want to play it to? Like that kind of segues into the next question I was going to ask is, what is your dream venue to play at?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be it, because I don't know, the vibes are just amazing there. And I'm really intrigued by, you know, the marathon sets that they do a lot of the time.
Definitely.
And I'm doing an 8-hour set on Friday, you know what I mean? So back to back, but
8 hours is still 8 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'll be there for 8 hours, probably more, because I'm gonna get there. And then, yeah, so I'm really intrigued by that. And I love long sets. I think they're so cool, and I love that Space Miami does them all the time. Like one of my favorite memories like of a DJ set was Duke Dumont 5-hour set at the Novo, open to close. I was there right when doors open. I stayed until the end. Amazing. Probably my favorite DJ like set, you know, experience that I've ever had, open to close. So, and I'd love to do that too one day, you know, full headline show, open to close. I think it's just so cool.
So for your 8-hour set this Friday,
yeah.
How are you preparing for that?
I probably should be preparing more. I haven't really done anything yet. I honestly don't know. I've just been the normal way for any set, because the person that I'm back-to-backing with is Gio. His DJ name is Alatriste. We have such a good, I don't know, we just build off each other really well. Like, we don't even need to really plan it because it just works. Like, I don't know, we have like an unspoken kind of understanding when we're playing together. So I'm definitely not concerned about running out of songs. I might, maybe. I need to see how many songs is 8 hours. That's a lot of songs, but
definitely, yeah.
I'm sure it'll get weird, and we'll definitely go off of the regular stuff. But we've done 3-hour back-to-backs before, and once the third hour hit, like right at the end of it, I'm like, wow, we could have kept going for, we could have doubled that easily. We just got started, it feels like.
That's
so
such a good sign.
And that was kind of born out of that. So
who is your dream collaborator? Do you have a dream collaborator? That sort of thing.
A dream collaborator. I don't know. Probably, honestly, I haven't done a lot of collaborations. Actually, I haven't done any. So that's something that I'm trying to do more of this year, though, because I'm trying to, learn more from other people as well, and kind of put myself in positions where I will learn more. And I think by collaborating, you learn a lot. So by that respect, like producers that I'd want to learn from and, like work side by side with, to kind of like see their process and, thereby elevating mine as well. Probably just, the Chris Lake, Duke Dumont, obviously, because I love him. I don't know, maybe Serge Devant. He's
okay, yeah,
love him. So I don't know, probably those, but I also would love to collaborate with maybe some pop artists too, with like vocalists.
Super rad. Oh my god.
Something weird. I don't know who, but down the line for sure.
So next, I want to ask you one final question. It's this or that. Basically, there's going to be 2 options, and you just choose whatever option you want, and you can elaborate if you want, or you can just choose the answer. The first question I have is clubs or warehouses?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna get canceled by saying clubs, but I kind of feel like clubs because I love the production, and I feel like when you think warehouse, there's not a ton of production. I don't know. I can't pick. It depends. Warehouse, I've had better memories at warehouse shows, so I'll go with warehouse for that one.
Okay, yeah. Fire. Okay, the next one is producing on headphones or monitors.
Ooh, I'll say monitors.
Okay. DJM 900 or V10?
I'm starting to understand the V10 more, and I'm starting to like it, so I'll go with the V10.
Okay, dope. Lasers or lights?
Lasers, for sure.
Okay, dope. Los Angeles or San Diego?
Oh, LA.
Okay, let's
1,000
go.
times over. Yeah, for sure.
Europe or South America?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with South America.
Okay, let's go. I know you speak Portuguese too, right?
Yeah, I minored in Portuguese.
Okay, let's go. And so, of the South American countries, would you say Brazil is where you'd want to go?
Yeah, I studied abroad in Brazil.
Okay,
and yeah, the music scene down there is just top notch.
Let's go.
I've also partied in Europe, but there's just something different about the vibes in South America. It's very like they go all night as well, but it just feels maybe lighter. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I really like it down there. People are really nice.
Let's go. And the final one I have for you is Sorry for Party Rocking or Club Blush?
Club Blush, definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is all the questions I have, Pam. Is there anything that you'd like to wrap this interview up with? What do you have coming up? That sort of thing.
Not really. Just, thank you for having me. This was super cool, and I'm excited for everyone to check out the EP. And yeah, just stay tuned. I hope to have tons more releases this year, especially some, just edits on SoundCloud as well. So make sure you follow me there as well. And thank you, for doing this. I appreciate it. It was really cool.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. You can follow Pam Sessions on Instagram at It's Pam Sessions. SoundCloud, I believe, is just Pam Sessions.
Yep.
Spotify, just Pam Sessions. Thanks y'all for watching. My name is Ceeds. This was Pam Sessions. Pam, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye, everyone.